Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you can hear us all okay. Welcome to the very first live surgery session. These sessions are designed basically because we felt like there was a need, and from the feedback from you guys, is that there's a need for some real solid, like teaching and training on the fundamentals of a lot of the marketing, a lot of marketing strategies everyone needs. From funnel building to automations, all the way through to chatbots. A place where you can go every week to learn something new and be actually shown how to do it as well. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing is demonstrating things every week and showing you how to do them and to try and keep everything in one platform. We're going to be showing you on our own ultimate business system. Some of you might be members, some of you might have tried it already, some of you might be using your own platforms, um, things like System.io, but we felt it easier just to be consistent. We'll just be using the ultimate business system for all of our demonstrations. But what we're teaching you is relatable. It's relatable and transferable across any platform, all right? But we're going to be sticking with our own platform for this. All right. Now, we are going to be recording. Someone just asked that, which I'll talk about in a second. Oh, brilliant, Anthony. Perfect. Right. Now, the way we set this up is a little bit different than normal. Now, I know normally for our webinars, you'll just click a link and you'll have to register on Zoom. What we've done is try to do it a different way, where we're giving you basically course access. So you would have been automatically registered in Zoom, and then you should have been sent login details to this members area. Now, if you haven't, I'm going to show you an email link so you can send us that and we'll get them sent out to you again. But this means everything's going to be in one place. Okay. So you've got a link here for the registration for the Zoom event, which you're already registered to. But if for any reason you find that you can't find your link or need to generate it again, you can jump in here. But every week we're going to be sending you your event confirmation essentially to be able to join. So once you register once, which you've done, you don't need to do it again. The YouTube library there, what we're going to do is all these sessions, we're going to create a YouTube channel and we'll put the link to that YouTube channel in here. So week on week, you can go back and basically create a bit of a learning library for yourself for everything we cover. Okay. Now, if you are or thinking about or, want to be able to follow along and do everything on the same platform that we're going to be using, so that's the ultimate business system. So what we've done in here is set up a 30-day free access link for you to try. It's completely up to you. Like I said, with these sessions, when we were promoting them, we're not looking at selling products to you. We're just putting that there as an option for you. If during this time with us, you think, actually, it kind of makes sense for me to move across to this and me to use this as well. So at least what we show you can then just either follow along and do, or at least watch the replays and then implement what we've shown you on a platform that is exactly like for like. So that's there as well. So you've got a link in there to the 30-day free trial. And if for any reason you lose your login details, you can come back in here and go into that login option too. Okay. So I hope that is all good. Now, just to paint a picture and just to give people a bit more time to join, I'm just going to play a short video just explaining what our ultimate business system can do, just to basically bring you up to speed with that. And then we're going to hand over to Vish, ready to go, and we're going to be starting the session. Okay, so just sit tight, have a quick watch of this video, and then, we'll be ready to rock and roll.
What if you had one powerful tool to manage all your business tasks effortlessly? Welcome to Ultimate Business System, your all-in-one solution for bringing all your business tasks under one roof. In this video, we introduce our ultimate solution to you. When you log in, you will see your customizable dashboard, which allows you to check the status of your leads, the value of your opportunities and pipelines, conversion rates, and more. Email marketing doesn't have to be complicated. Ultimate Business System lets you select contacts, craft messages, and schedule or send them instantly. Create engaging newsletters, campaigns, and automated follow-ups. Save templates for quick replies and manage everything from your mobile app. Ensure high deliverability, reduce spam, and keep your audience engaged. With our email automation feature, streamline your email marketing and keep your clients informed effortlessly. Make payments part of the conversation, get paid fast and keep the conversation alive with Ultimate Business Systems Text to Pay. Integrate with Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net and NMI to receive payments easily. Customize invoices with branding, track payments and export data for accounting. Our PCI compliant software ensures secure payments with advanced fraud protection and multiple bank account options. Generate an online invoice and send it directly to your customer's phone in just 30 seconds. Convenient for them, faster payments for you. Get more data with Ultimate Business Systems Form and Survey Builder. Create online forms in seconds using our drag and drop builder. Collect contact information, files, signatures, payments and more. Customize designs with colors, fonts and buttons to match your branding. Seamlessly connect form data with our workflows for follow-ups, filtering and onboarding. Embed forms into your website or share directly. Makes data collection easy and effective. Building funnels, landing pages and websites shouldn't be a hassle. Our drag and drop builder lets you create beautiful, mobile-friendly, fast-loading sites in seconds. Choose from hundreds of high-converting templates and connect your domain effortlessly. Add elements like calendars, checkouts and forms to automate your workflow. Perform split tests, see analytics and optimize every step. With Ultimate Business System, everything you need to build and grow your online presence is at your fingertips. Convert website visitors into loyal customers with our AI web chat feature. Easily add web chat to your site and get fresh leads straight to your inbox. Our conversation AI chats with visitors, qualifies them and even books appointments. Engage leads instantly with live chat and keep them engaged even after they leave your site. Customize your chat window with icons, colors and greetings. Ultimate Business Systems web chat keeps the conversation going, turning visitors into customers. Build unlimited courses and grow your memberships with Ultimate Business System. Our course builder integrates with workflows and the page builder, providing an exceptional experience for clients and students. Upload videos, PDF and course materials to each lesson. Track student progress, last login and completion status. Automate access, send reminders via email, text and voicemail. Manage students effortlessly, create valuable content and streamline your business processes. Struggling to keep up with social media? Ultimate Business System makes it easy. Schedule posts across Facebook, Instagram and Google My Business, ensuring your brand stays active every day. Use our content AI to create copy and images that reflect your brand voice perfectly. Manage everything from our social inbox, publish with ease and monitor your engagement. Save time and stay organized with our powerful social media tools. Ever find yourself switching between apps just to keep up with your messages? With Ultimate Business System, those days are over. Our AI-powered unified inbox pulls in messages from SMS, email, Instagram, Facebook, Google Chat, and our chat widget, all in one thread. Manage everything from one place, ensuring you never miss a message. It's about turning chaos into order and keeping your communication seamless and efficient. Tired of doing the same tasks over and over? Let's automate them with our workflow automation feature. You can set up workflows that handle emails, texts, follow-ups and more. Picture this: someone fills out a form and they instantly get a welcome email, a follow-up text and an appointment reminder, all without you lifting a finger. It's about working smarter, not harder, freeing up your time for what matters most. Meet your new assistant, the AI sales bot. This isn't just any chatbot. It learns your business, chats with leads, qualifies them, and even books appointments. It operates 24/7, handling inquiries in your style and tone. Imagine having a tireless assistant who keeps conversations going and never lets a lead slip away. That's the power of our AI sales bot feature, working round the clock to enhance customer interactions. Keeping track of your leads shouldn't be a hassle. Ultimate Business Systems contact and lead management feature lets you organize and prioritize leads effortlessly. Create custom fields, track their journey and convert them into loyal customers. With all your data in one place, your team can stay informed and make better decisions. It's about knowing where each lead stands, what to do next, and efficiently driving your sales process. Scheduling appointments can be a nightmare, but with Ultimate Business Systems custom calendar feature, it's a breeze. Set up individual team and group calendars, sync with Google, Outlook and Apple, and even integrate with Zoom and Google Meet. Require payments before booking with Stripe integration. It's about making scheduling easy for you and your clients, streamlining your booking process and maximizing your efficiency. Opportunities slipping through the cracks? Not anymore. Ultimate Business Systems sales pipelines give you a clear view of your sales process, customize stages based on your sales cycle and lead channels, track every lead, manage opportunities efficiently, and spot bottlenecks instantly. Create unlimited pipelines to suit your needs and ensure no lead is ever forgotten. With automated workflows, you'll always have a bird's eye view, optimizing your sales from start to finish. Ever missed an important call? With Ultimate Business Systems Power Dialer, that's a thing of the past. Make and receive calls from our desktop or mobile app, track interactions with detailed analytics and forward calls to any number, register multiple numbers, record conversations and assign numbers to team members. Stay connected and organised, ensuring you never miss an important call again. Ready to simplify bringing all your business tasks under one roof? Stop wasting time and start using Ultimate Business System to automate your business. Try Ultimate Business System today.
Okay. Start my video again. Okay, guys. So a little bit of housekeeping for you just to finish things off before I hand over. So, like I said, if you ever have any issues with your login details to the course, you can contact our office at support@internetbusinessschool.co.uk. I think it's hold on, the screen's all blocked up. Yep.com, sorry. Ha. And if you are looking to start your access with a 30-day free trial with the Ultimate Business System, you can do so, like I showed you, inside the members area anytime, or you can just go to that short bit.ly link there as well. So, Vish, can you hear me? Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah,
Are you there?
I am here indeed.
Perfect. Fantastic. Let me stop my share and hand over the reins to you.
Awesome.
Let me make you host. There you go. Change host. You are now in charge.
I'm in charge. I can't believe you did that.
Now, guys, if you are unfamiliar with Vish, he is. Well, I've known Vish for a very, very long time, but I won't bore you about that story. He's got a whole host of knowledge working with marketing agencies. He's got his own agency himself. You know, building platforms, building funnels, everything. You name it, everything you need, he has done and is proficient and an expert in, and is part of the Internet Business family, Indian Business School family. So week on week, these sessions, some might be with Vish, some might be with myself, some might be with Roger, some might be with Simon, and we may have some guests come on if we feel like they're going to add some real value to you as well. So be nice. Some of you might know Vish already, and I'll let him take it from here. And yeah, be nice. They'll be nice.
Be nice.
Our guys are always lovely.
I know they will be. What kind of that's a bit of a warning there, isn't it?
No, you be nice to them, more like.
Yeah,
right.
No. Thank you. Thanks for that introduction, Max. A long story of how we met, and I'm sure if we ever meet face to face, you guys can ask us, and we'll give you all the lowdown on that. But it's all good; it's all above board. But yeah, I met Max many years ago. I've known Simon for pretty much the same amount of time, and it's great to be part of the family and part of the fabric of what we're delivering for you. So a little bit of background about me, how I got into what I do. And ultimately running my own agency as well as kind of white labeling and supporting other agencies and helping them scale and grow. So my background was never in marketing and especially the online field. It was never I was never exposed to it really. I worked in sales and customer service. I worked in a call center whilst I was at university studying for a degree in IT. And realized very quickly I hated computers and I didn't want to work with them and I wanted to work with people. I went on to do various things: sales management, customer service management, contact center management, and then became a trainer, head of training, and I left that world to start up my own business. I took the plunge and I decided to start up a hypnotherapy practice. Very different to what I studied and very different to all the experiences that I'd had before. But I was a trainer of NLP and hypnosis. And I bought a business franchise. It was a great experience because my first business actually failed miserably. And the reason why it failed, even though the therapies were fantastic and they really helped people achieve and overcome some challenges that they had in their life, the marketing didn't work. So I had to go away and learn how to market my business because this business in a box, they sold me, the marketing engine essentially was broken. So I learned how to build funnels, how to do Facebook advertising, how to encourage affiliates to refer work onto me, etc. And off the back of it, did quite well. But I also helped a couple of friends out because I didn't have the capital to invest much money into my own marketing. Helped a couple of friends out, build some funnels, do some ads for them. And they went on to then have very successful businesses for themselves as well as getting to speak on stage alongside people like Tony Robbins, not myself, but my friends who I'd helped raise their profile quite considerably. Went on to speak on stage with like Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, etc., etc. So I realized very quickly that funnels and marketing was something that I really, really enjoyed, and so I really threw myself into it. And a point that I want to pick up on what Max made earlier on, you guys may be using different systems. We're using the Ultimate Business System over here, and it works fantastically. And it's not to say that anything I do here in this session today, or indeed any of the other sessions, can't work in other systems. My background is actually, my first exposure to using any kind of tech was like MailChimp years ago, Active Campaign, and I also threw myself into ClickFunnels, because ClickFunnels was really the kind of gold standard, as it were, when it came to building landing pages and funnels. And it still is. It's a great platform to use, but the Ultimate Business System platform in itself just kind of encompasses all the tech that you need in one place. You don't need to have different apps and different softwares all connected using string and duct tape, as it were. So anything that I learned, essentially, I learned on a different platform, but I'm applying the principles here within the Ultimate Business System. And you can also do the same. If you're learning it on this platform, it's very, very easily transferable to other platforms. And really, it's just a methodology or a process which you can learn and apply in different aspects. I'm sure that you guys would have some questions as we go along, and there will be a space for questions a little bit later on in the session. I'd like to kind of get through, and we'll take regular pit stops to check in and make sure that you guys are all up to speed with what I'm doing and what we're going through. And the aim of today's session is to talk to you guys about how to use a landing page to capture customer details. Now, many years ago, during the internet boom, everybody decided that they needed a website. There was a mad rush to go and build websites. Happened in the late 90s, early 2000s, where every single business needed to have a website, and people were being charged thousands and thousands upon thousands of pounds to have websites made for them. And it was just a done thing. Now, everybody today has a website. Every business you look at, the majority of them have websites, okay? So what differentiates your website from a competitor's website? Well, it's great. It's a shop window. It displays your wares, your services, exactly what you want to do, and what you sell. Sorry, what you do and what you sell to clients. They're not designed to channel a customer into a conversion scenario, as it were. So I've got two examples which I'm going to show you from local businesses, and this is not to throw shade on these businesses, but it's basically to show you exactly what websites look like, modern websites look like. So first I'm going to look at this example of a chiropractic surgery local to where I am in northwest London. It's called Harrow Chiropractic. You may or may not know them. If you do, please don't tell them I've been using their website as an example, because they may not like it. But here you can see it's a website. When you land on the website, you can see a nice logo, a great image of a spine. You already know that it's a chiropractic surgery because you've probably followed a link from Google as a Google search. And you come here, and already, like, if I'm visiting this website, I've got buttons to learn more and kind of get lost within the fabric of the website. There's no contact page. This looks very, very bleak against the background. I can't quite make it out, but you can see quite quickly by navigating to the home page of this website, you could end up getting lost and not be able to make a inquiry with them. And we all know what happens. You be, reviewing a website, and all of a sudden, something happens. Your alarm goes off, your phone rings, somebody's at the door, delivery comes through, and what you do is you close the website down and you go on about your business, and you've forgotten that you were looking at it until something else comes along, and it prompts you to have a look at it again. So websites in their own fashion are not designed specifically around converting quickly, right? It's very, very hard these days to get a click to land on a website for a business locally, because everybody's fighting for the same kind of traffic. And really, we need to flip this this paradigm, the way that people are doing things. So you can actually capture your customer details as quickly as possible. Here's another example. It's a dentist clinic. It's a local dentist clinic. See here, really, really well designed, very, very cool branding, loads of great images, Invisalign, teeth whitening, dental hygiene, dental checkups. Don't know what I'm here for. I'm getting, okay, cool, request an appointment. So slightly better, but I might start reading and looking at all these amazing pictures and kind of getting lost in this. And I've got a contact form and I really don't want to fill in all my details just yet. Maybe I'd like to call them, but I can't quite see a number, and then maybe have to go to a contact us, which is quite confusing for someone who just wants to speak to a business or get something off the business, and move on, right? So one way of doing this is actually looking at designing landing pages. Okay, now landing pages by their own design, by virtue of their design, are there to have a person land on your landing page and then fill out a form to get something in exchange. So essentially, you're bribing them to give you their details. So you're essentially getting their name, their email address, and their telephone number. And many businesses use landing pages to offer this bribe, this payload, a free PDF or a free video series, etc., etc. And they can be used really quite well. Now, the great news is, with somebody who has, who had little experience within building landing pages, etc., etc., when I first started looking at these many years ago, they're actually really quite easy to build, as long as you know a few basics. And any of the skills that I teach you on how to build a landing page today are very easily transferable. You can use them in many other business systems that are out there, System.io, ClickFunnels, and anything that offers you a landing page style environment. I even know people that build these in WordPress. So it's definitely a skill that's transferable. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. Now, I've done speed tests on how quickly I can build a landing page, especially if I've got all the collateral, and I mean collateral, I mean images and text to use. I can build them quite quickly. And I'm here to show you in one session just how you can do that for yourself as well. Okay, so if you have any questions as I go along, please hold fire on them, because I will have a little pit stop about halfway through and just check in with you. So this is the Ultimate Business System dashboard, where we log into the first screen that we see. And you may or may not see this in your software. You might not have a dashboard page, but you certainly have a page where you'll see kind of all your funnels and websites, etc., etc., depending on what platform you're actually in. So I'm going to create a folder, which I'm going to call Vish Test. So we know that these sites that I'm building today are actually part of the test with what we're doing. And I'll do that by clicking on Create Folder, and you'll see a folder has been created with my name, my chosen name in there as well. And as you can see, big blue button in the center, we're going to click on New Funnel, and your system would essentially be something very similar. Now, the great thing with the Ultimate Business System is you have two extra items that you can use, as well as starting from scratch. You have something known as Funnel AI, where their inbuilt AI into their platform actually helps you create copy and create design for a funnel, and it kind of takes the burden of having to design all those things or come up with those ideas yourself. And it's a great starting point to use that to kind of get you started, and it's already built into the platform, so the platform helps you out with that. Or you could just use a template, something that's has been tried and tested, which you can use as a structure and then add your own elements into that. But today, for the purposes of showing you how easy it is, I'm actually going to design this from scratch. Okay, so are you all excited to see exactly how we do this today? Just give me either a thumbs up or a yes in the chat, which I'm looking at on my other screen. Got a couple of hellos as well. So hi, Catherine said hello. A couple of questions as well, which have been picked up by Max in the background. Yes, perfect. Anthony said sound, perfect. Anthony's a good lad because he's not a Liverpool supporter, he's an Everton supporter, so he's from the right side of town. Perfect. Okay, great. So I've got a good couple of check-ins there, so we are good to go. So the way we do a new funnel project here is obviously by creating a folder. I've given it a name, which I've called Vish Test, and I'm actually just going to go create. And what you'll see is, after a couple of seconds of the system thinking about things and thinking about creating this blank funnel for me, which is done now, you can see that I've got this new screen that says Vish Test, because that's the name I just gave it. We've got a couple of different things: the steps, stats, sales, security, events, and settings. Don't need to worry too much about that right now, because what we're going to be concerned about is actually looking at funnel steps. Now, what you'll see in a lot of platforms is they make their starting buttons very prominent and very easy to see against the background of what's going on. So always look for a new step, an add, or a start button, which we can see here is a big blue button that says add new step or import. Great thing with UBS is you can actually import pages from other platforms. And the other platforms I mean are ClickFunnels Classics or ClickFunnels 2.0, which is probably one of the most used other platforms that are out there. So we're going to give this a name. And again, this is what you'll find with most platforms. They have these kind of help structures or these flows in place to help you get started. So we're just going to give it a name. We're going to call it Vish Test Landing Page. Don't worry about path or importing. We're just going to create this funnel step. And what you'll see is after a couple of seconds, whilst the platform's thinking, it then creates a page for me with the name that I gave it. I gave it the name Vish Test Landing Page, and you can see that up here. Now, we have the option to either use an existing landing page or create from blank. And as you know, because this is a demonstration today, I'm going to be showing you how to create a page from blank, okay? So we're going to create from blank. Going to click on that, and it should literally, again, give it a couple of seconds. It should then go straight into creating a page. Here we are. So we've got a blank page in front of me over here. This is the page section. You can see that because it's got a little gray border around it. And it opens us up this pane on the right hand side. And I mean like pane of glass, because obviously we're within Windows and a browser. And this asks us if we'd like to add a section. Now we have a different couple of options. We have full width, wide, medium, or small, and it shows you through the graphical interface there that the small one is like a quarter of the size of the page. Medium is probably about a half size of page. Wide is probably way more than that, about 3/4, and full width would take up the whole width of the page. So what I want to do is actually have a full width section, because this will give me a section that I can then put rows and elements into as well. Okay, and that is basically how a page is built up. A page is built up in blocks. Much like a Tower Jenga or Lego. As you put it together, you have sections, you then have rows. Within those sections, you can have multiple rows, you can have shifted rows, and you can have elements within there as well. And by elements, I mean stuff like images, texts, forms, etc., etc. Okay, now we're going to keep this very, very simple. And if we look at the structure of a landing page, there's a couple of essentials that we need on there. So first of all is branding. So we need logos on there. The second is, that we need on a landing page is a headline, why you're there, the problem that it's going to solve for your user, the person that's visiting your page. We need a couple of images showing them what you can have. We'll need a form, and then we can put some background as to who we are and why we have the expertise and why they should essentially grab off us what we're offering them and give us their name, their email, and their telephone number in exchange. Okay, does that make sense so far? Those are the kind of the key elements of every landing page, whether you look at it from a sales landing page or a lead magnet landing page. Those are the key core elements that we need to incorporate into a landing page. Just give me a shout, like a thumbs up or a yes, if you guys are all with me, if you understand that those are the key elements. Perfect. Straight off the bat that we got yeses. That's great. Okay, so you guys have all seen landing pages before, right? If you've been part of UBS, IBS, you guys would definitely have seen landing pages. All our pages are designed really, really well. They're designed well to take you on a journey to complete the action that we want you to do whilst you're on that page. So for a lead magnet page, as we're going to be offering something to the user that's visiting the page, we're just going to design it around a lead magnet, a PDF giveaway. And funnily enough, I've got a PDF that's ready to give away. It's 10 ways to earn online with AI. So we're going to start creating our sections. And remember I said branding is really important. So we need to let them know what business we are. And the way we do it is going to drag over a section so you can see that blue highlight shows that it's going to drop the section over here. So we've got a section, can't really put anything in it because we need to let it know how many rows we have, okay? I'd like to have one row because I don't want it to be split over that whole section. So I'm going to have a one column row over here. which should have happened, but it didn't. So what we're going to do, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm going to click it over. I'm getting too excited. So I'm going to drag it over, and you see that it literally is a drag and drop builder. If I had another section below, and I'm just going to add that by clicking on the green button and dropping full width over here. So we've now got two sections. I can actually drag this row that I've created. I can drag it down to also the section below me, so then it appears in this section, but I am going to be working on the top section right now, so we are just going to leave it up here. Okay, so it really is a drag and drop builder, and we're just really easily add stuff in here. Now, I'd like to add an element. I'd like to have my logo right at the top of the page. Okay, so every business has a logo or has a board outside it, and we'd like to do the same when they land on the page. So we're going to click on Add Element, and my logo is obviously an image. So you see that these element sections open up, and all I want to do is go down to here, Media, and it says Image. You can even type image in the top, and it brings up for you the image. I'm just going to literally click, drag that over, and we now have add your image as a section over here. Now, if I click on this, it won't let me add an image by doing so. It's just a placeholder. But you can see that on the right-hand side over here, we've got an image tab that's opened up. So let me just close that, and I'll show you again by clicking on that. That pane on the right-hand side opens up, and it shows me that I have an image with an element name. It's called image. There's nothing else. There's image actions. There's image with a URL over here, a little image icon. So presumably that's where I would click to change the image. Now, I haven't uploaded the images I want. I've got them on a folder on my computer, but I'm going to click on this image icon over here, and I'm just going to create a folder. Okay, so it's just nice to keep all my stuff in one place. I'm just going to call it Vish Test, as I've been calling Vish Test for everything else. I'm going to click on the folder over here, and I'm going to start adding some files to this folder. Okay, so we're going to upload some files. If you give me a second, we are going to go to the IBS folder. I'm actually just going to add all three of them in there because I'm going to need to use these at some point in time. So we can see we've got an image for a book, a 3D image for a book. We've got an image of a person over here who's had their head chopped off, but we can see by that those pearly whites over there, that is actually Simon Coulson. And we've got an IBS logo over here. So I am going to click on the logo, and you'll see that it highlights it, and we're either going to click on Insert Media, or I can double click on it, and it will throw the logo in there. So awesome. It looks amazing there. But because it's got a white background here, it doesn't quite stand out for me. So I'm going to pick a color for it. Now, there's two places where we can chuck a color into it. If I click on the row, it will obviously only give me color within that boundary section that I just clicked on. But I want to have a color for the whole of that section. So I'm actually just going to click on section, make sure that the highlight is in section, and go over here to the section pane on the right hand side, and it shows you background color is got a red line through it, which means there's no color right now. So we're going to click on that, and let's just choose, oh, that looks lovely. We can even change and add our custom colors here. We can go to purple, go to blue, go to, I don't know what that color is. It's called teal, secondary color, primary color, and so on and so forth. So you can see you can really use the selection of colors there, or actually add in your custom colors as well. So I don't want to go for like a kind of a bluish, purplish tone over here. Just drag and drop it to about here. See what that's like. This comes up. Yeah, perfect. I like that. Now that might not work for you. It certainly doesn't work for me, but I wanted to show you with an example of exactly what we can do. We can change that later on as well. But so far, that's what I'm going to use. Now that we've got the branding around this done, what I'd like to do is actually add a headline in there as well. Okay, so for this headline, we're going to start it in a slightly newer section. And before we go into this section over here, this just looks a bit too big. It's taking up too much space at the top of my page, and I'm not quite sure that would be the right thing to do. So I'm going to try and make this a bit smaller. And the way we can do that is by clicking on the row and looking at your stars over here. You can see that we've got a bit of padding on there. So I want to try and take that padding out. You can see that's moved the logo up a bit, take that padding down to 0. You can see that that's bringing in the tightness of the section. I can even click on the image, and we can make the image a slightly different size as well by choosing the width and the height. Now, obviously height up there, width is across. So if I go to width, I can do it as either pixels or I can do it as a percentage. And I'd like to do it as a percentage. This is 100. So let's go to 25 and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, 25 looks really nice. And you can automatically see that that section size has now become a lot smaller. And I can go into the actual section, click on styles and actually reduce the padding. That's at 20. Maybe we put that down to 5. This is at 20. Let's put that down to 5. And you can see that it actually really tightens up that section, which means that when a user jumps on this page, they'll see the logo and then they can see the next section below it. So same thing again. We're going to click on an add a row and we're going to create a 1-column row because I don't want the headline to be spread over 2 columns. I want it to be in 1 column in the center of the page. So when people are looking at it either on a desktop or a mobile, it displays in the center for them. And because a headline is it's a text-based element, I'm going to click on add element over here and we're just going to click and drag over headline. You can see that it actually says large call to action headline, which is great. And I'm going to type in a headline that I've already prepared earlier. Okay, so we are going to put in here, start building a second income using AI today. Now you can't see anything that I've posted in there, but if I highlight that over, you can see that the color of that is white. So we can either change the color of the text. I'm going to highlight everything, go down to this button over here and change it to black. So it stands out against the white background that we have over here. Now, what I'd like to do is actually have a sub headline. You'll always see this on landing pages. You have the first headline that draws attention, and then below it, you'll have a sub headline. So again, there's nothing there for me to add in on the same box. I'd like to either click on the plus icon in orange, which opens up the element tab over the element pane over here, and I drop in a sub headline, which you can see is slightly smaller and a lot less bold. And this one we can put discover 10 ways to earn an income online with AI. So quite a pertinent subject right now. And there we go. That's the landing page there. Now, what I want to do is I want to show them what this looks like, okay? Because we've actually got a guide 3D image made. So I want to show them what this looks like. And we can do that by adding this to the third section, sorry, now over here. So again, very, very simple. To create a new section, we can just hover over the section over here and click on the green button. Another way to create a section is by coming over to this plus button in the top left-hand corner, going to add elements, going to sections, and then adding in a full width section and just dropping it down over here. Same process we follow. We're going to add a row, but this time I'm going to add a 2-column row, okay? Because I'd actually like to show an image next to a contact form so they can see what they're getting. So again, just drag over 2 columns, put it in the place that I want it to be, and then we now start adding in the elements, okay? So this element is going to be an image. We're going to go to image down here, click and drag that over. And remember, it's already going to open up the default page, but we can, the default pane, we can click on that and we can change this image by clicking on the picture icon. So once you clicked on that, go to Vish Test as a folder, and then go to the PDF image which I uploaded, double clicked it, and it's now brought it over. You see a little purple dot over here, which actually goes into a resizing arrow, which I can use to make this smaller or bigger as I choose fit. I'm going to leave it exactly where it was. We can change the size of it a little bit later on. Now, for a landing page, to capture details, what you need is a form. So we need a form to be dropped into this section over here. So I'll click on add element and then we'll go to form. You see the form section is over here. I'm going to literally bring that over and drop it into this section. Now, I'm just going to close this very quickly. It says you do not have any forms yet, which means I haven't pre-selected a form to go into this section over here right now. If I look at the pane, the form pane over here, I can drop this down. I can see there are a couple of different forms, but not the form that I want. So if I click back in here, does it let me go back in there? No, it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. In fact, let me just delete it and try that again. I'll see if they've actually updated being able to edit a form directly from the pane over here. No, they have. So if I don't want to add in any one of these 2 forms, I can actually create a new form by clicking on this button over here, which would open up a different tab for me, which would allow me to create a form. So again, very simple, just going to show you exactly how we can do that. Click on the add form button over here. We'll start from scratch, go to create. Guess what name I'm going to give it? I'm going to give it Vish Test as a name. So we're going to change the name to the form to Vish Test Form. We've got the first name, the last name, phone number, and their email. Now you can see that 2 of these fields have asterisks and 2 of them don't, which basically means that these are required fields. Okay, now I'm actually going to make my name fields required as well, because I actually do want them to put their name in there. I'm going to leave that as it is. Now below the capture boxes, we actually have 2 what we call general settings, terms and conditions opt-ins. Okay. Now, there's 2 of them here. One of them says, I consent to receiving transactional messages, and one of them says, I consent to receive marketing and promotional messages. What I like to do to make it a little bit easier, so there's less boxes to tick in on, is I like to just copy in promotional and marketing and promotional into the top field over here. So you just click on there, go transactional, marketing, and promotional. Messages related to my account orders or services I requested. Now we can actually take away the second T's and C's over here. We're just going to click on delete. We don't want to link in the privacy policy in terms of service just yet, because they'll be on our normal site anyway, but they'll just be linked in. And I don't like the word submit. Okay. I want to change that, because obviously this is about getting a guide. So I want them to get the guide. So get your, can't spell today, free guide right now, exclamation mark. We can even change the color of it, change the font size, and have those elements of this be changed over. But you see, as soon as I click back out, it will send to the text and we'll have it there. I want to make it stand out a bit more, so I'm going to click back on there, give it probably a slightly bigger font size. Oh, yep, that looks great. And what we'll do is we'll make it bold. So it looks like that. And there we go. That form looks absolutely amazing. So we're going to save that now. And because it's opened up in a second tab, we're going to go back to a tab over here. Don't think it's updated. So I'm going to close that. We'll go over here. It's definitely not updated yet. So let me just save that. Don't worry about that. I'm going to refresh my screen, just make sure it's updated and pulls over the new details. And we'll click back on the form. We've already created one. So, yep, we can see that Vish Test is already there. And I'm now going to link the form in. And there we go. It just drops that form that we've created into this section over here. Now, look, we've been going through this probably for about 20 minutes, if not a little bit longer. And I've not had to code anything in right now. All I've done is drag and drop, copy and paste, and upload some images. And I've got myself a pretty decent looking landing page, but we're not done yet. Okay, I'd like to put a headline above this. I realize that I'd like to make it a bit more compelling to the person who's coming to visit on my page and hopefully going to download my guide. So I'm going to add an element of a headline above this form. Okay, and there we go, large call to action headline. And we're going to put in here, enter your details to grab your free ebook. ... And they just literally have the details to add in below. And that's what it is. We're going to click on save. There's a couple of things we can do here, because this looks like it's one whole big white section. Okay. To make things stand out a bit more, we can change alternating sections with different background colors. So this, again, very simple, like what I did with the purple section over here. Just click on the section, go to the background color, and I might want to give it a slightly lighter grayer. Don't like that's a bit too dark. So I want to see if I can make that a bit lighter. Something like that shows me maybe something about there. Yeah, that's about right. Perfect. You can see that this form obviously stands out against the background, which is great. That's exactly what I want. I want it to juxtapose against the background so they can see that they have to fill something in. And that's great. I'm just going to click on the save button, even though it auto saves as we go along. Perfect. So we've done that in the last 20 minutes. And any questions so far? Do you see how simple it is? I've not had to code anything. I've not had to hard code in HTML or do any JavaScript or anything like that. It's relatively simple just to grab elements, grab rows, grab sections, put them in here, and then actually create your own landing page. And the good thing with the Ultimate Business System is that when you fill this form, it actually goes into your system and we grab these users' details and put them straight in. So everybody following along with me so far, how do you link the file with the form? Great question, Ewan, and I will show you that in a slightly different training because that's part of an automation. Again, very, very simple to do. It's based on the action of a form being filled in, and then you then say, when this form is filled in, send out this file, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. That'll be in the automationist training, so we definitely go through that in a bit more detail. Cool, great, everybody's following along so far, which is awesome. Okay, I'm going to add one more section in it in here right now, and it's going to be about Simon because obviously this is Simon's book, is his ebook, it's his company. We want to basically show his authority, his knowledge in the sector, and we will just add a section in there. So much like this section over here, I'm going to add a 2-column section beneath, well, a section with a 2-column row in it. So I'm going to click on the green button. We're going to drag a full width section down here. Very, very quickly add in a 2-column row. So we go to 2-column row, drag it into the right section there. I don't like the background. I want to change it, so I'm going to give it something a bit more stark, really like black would work, or the purple would work as well. Purple would definitely work. Yep, purple works. Because I've got an image over here, I'm probably going to put the image on this side this time. We will use image over here. This is how quick and easy it is to do. I'm just really going to rapid fire through this so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Perfect, great big image of Simon there. We can change the height of it as well. So again, going to percentage, maybe go down to 45%, see if that changes it. It does. Change it to 50, yeah, makes it a bit bigger. And I would like to have some text over here, put in some paragraph text. I don't want it to be too we'll go for sub-headline text, which I'll drop over here. Now you can see that this is actually colored black. What we can do is change, keep double clicking it, change the color of it to white, just to make it stand out against the background. That looks great. That really does look great. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the text that I already had pre-prepared from before and paste it over here, which we are going to do just by going in here like this, selecting everything, paste and match the style. You can see that that's in there. Got one more section to add in, and there we go. Did something bad, beeped at me. There we go. Let's copy that over, paste it in there. No, I don't want to do that. I want to paste it in copy styles, paste and match style. There we go. It's now done it in a different color, so very easy rectifiable. Because I'm screen sharing, it's being a bit weird with me today, but never mind. We'll go over here. And we'll select white text. There we go, perfect. So you can see that the text has now been added in. Simon's picture appears to be a bit smaller, so I'm going to make this a bit bigger, 75%, maybe even 85%. Yeah, that looks about right. And that's, yeah, that looks perfect. We can even change some of this text. It's all bunched up. We can have it on left indentation, which if we come over here, we can then change the indent of the text by going to text align. That looks much better. Bit bunched up, so I'm just going to give it some line breaks in there just to space it out a bit, because it just looks a bit like a big block of text, which doesn't really draw my eye into it. And there we go. That's it's a great little thing there. Now, we just got a picture of Simon there, but I haven't really introduced him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quick headline in here. Obviously, you need to check the color of that. So we're going to change that to white. And here, I'm literally just going to change this whole headline to go, "Hi, I'm Simon Coulson." Let's change the text back. Lovely. There we go. Change that over and then go to styles over here. Change it to a left align. And that's great. We save that. And that is as easy as it is to build a landing page, which we've done. We can add a footer on there as well with another logo on it, just by clicking on add a section, drop it to the bottom, change the color around a bit because I've just used purple. So we'll put this one to black, then add in a row, add in a single column element, row, sorry, and then add in an image element. Which we'll put over here, and then we add the logo for the Internet Business School in there as well. Go back to Vish Test. There we go. There's the logo. Make it a bit smaller. So we'll have the width down to, let's just call it 25%. Perfect. And we can add terms and conditions, disclaimers, etc., all on that page. And now we have a landing page that delivers a lead magnet. So that's it, about 35 to 40 minutes, if that, to do. No coding whatsoever. We are able to capture the details straight into GoHighLevel, and how to send the guide we'll do in a different training around automations. So I don't have the time to go through that in detail today. But yeah, that's how we do a landing page. So you can see how simple it is. If you had a couple of lead magnets to give out within a couple of hours, you could very, very easily create multiple pages. Now, the good thing is once you've created one page, you can duplicate it, change the headline, change the images, and change the form, and actually get very, very quick at doing this en masse for different lead magnets that you had. Or you could just use a template that's already built in to the Ultimate Business School, and the Ultimate Business System, and put your own images and stuff in there. So really, really easy way of doing it. And this applies to any other platform that you're using as well. It doesn't have to be the Ultimate Business System. It could be any other platform that you have that's available to you or you're using currently. So great. Just stop the share and see if our dear friend Max is still around, so we can answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Thank you, Catherine. Love the purple. Matches the background that I've got going on over here. So
We won't be changing our branding to purple, unfortunately. But yeah, still
I know.
nice. I do like the purple.
Yeah, I couldn't put the red in there because that would have been a bit too much.
So there was a question from Ewan, which I'd had messaged about,
Yep,
and his question was about the deliverable, how to then deliver the
that's right.
the lead magnet, the PDF or whatever it was to the opt-in. Now, the two ways I said you could do this, and you might want to, you agree or maybe disagree, which you can either add another page. So the step is click, once you've clicked that, yes, I want the PDF or whatever it was, then you just have a thank you page with a download link on for them to get straight away. Or you can look at building a little workflow automation that sends them an email with that in as well. They were the two ways I suggested, but you may think of others or have better recommendations.
Absolutely that, man. The next page could have a button where they can click on it, it automatically downloads for them or opens up in a different tab, or you can have it being sent out to them via email. Both are equally as good, by the way. There's no one rule over the other. I do prefer sending it out via email, and that's because you're training them to open their emails and drag your emails into the inbox, especially when it's something that they've exchanged their name, their email address, and or their telephone number for. So you want to get them into the habit of moving your emails automatically into their inbox, so they associate value with the emails that you're sending out, whether it's for you, whether it's for a client or whatever. So that's the method that I prefer. However, you can also have it as a download link, which works equally as well.
Gotcha. Perfect. Catherine Healy, just to clarify, were you looking for a link to join the Ultimate Business System, or are you looking for the page within in there? Just to confirm. Quasim is asking, how is this different than WordPress, ClickFunnels, when designing landing pages. ClickFunnels very similar,
Yeah,
almost some might say like for like.
yeah. Quite funny that, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's quite a lot of like for likes in this system, and because the system that we've built this up from and added all our personalization to it is actually based on other systems to help with the ease of transition that people have. But custom, this is it's very similar to ClickFunnels. And then designing landing pages. Let's say WordPress. So WordPress is a great question. Designed in WordPress, and WordPress doesn't give you the intricacies that you can have with the forms and the automations of the back end of it. So what would happen is you can embed this form from Ultimate Business System onto a WordPress site, and that can then do the automations from Ultimate Business System for you. But if you're building this solely in WordPress, there are obviously some limitations to it. You need to design the buttons, then you need to design the actions behind the buttons, etc., etc. But this does it in an all encapsulated one platform approach. So yeah, you can design these. I have clients that have existing pages that they've designed within WordPress. When they look at us design stuff for them, they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was so easy. And we've been doing it in WordPress and struggling. So it can be done. It may be a struggle compared to how easy it was to do over here. Even though you use like Gutenberg blocks and stuff in WordPress, this I find is way, way easier, in my personal opinion. And you remember, you want, with the stuff that we're doing with this, especially anything to do with, the internet, online businesses, etc., 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 speed to launch is the most important thing.
perfect. Catherine, yes, the page is. So if you're talking about the page that this just built, that won't show up in your account. That'll be he has built that inside his Owen Business System page. So if you've got access to Owen Business System, what you should do once this recording is available is go into the site. So let me remind myself. Yeah. So when you log in on your dashboard, go to sites, then funnels, and then new funnel, and then have a play at building that and following along with what Vish has just taught you. And that's the same with Anthony. You asked that question as well. Hold on, sorry, there's a few questions coming in. The recordings of these sessions are going to be posted in that members area, like we said at the very start, that you've got your login details to, and there's going to be put as a YouTube channel. All right, so there'll be a link to the YouTube channel into that area as well. So that's there. Give me a second.
Great question from Steve as well, Max.
Yep.
How can we migrate existing long-standing campaigns to the Ultimate Business School system easily and without disruption to the email delivery sequence? That's a way bigger question, but it can be done as long as you do it
Yes.
as a phased approach. You start building newer pages in the Ultimate Business System, and then start diverting portions of your traffic over, and then have like a phased plan to move everything over one by one.
Yeah.
It can be done, and then you'd
And
have
we also have, sorry, Vish, we also do have as part of this, the Ultimate Business System has built in 24-hour, 24/7 support. It's got a full migration, 7-day onboarding process where there's a team to actually help you migrate across onto the platform. But like I said, for any specifics like certain pages and campaigns, we've done it ourselves where it's a step-by-step process of starting to bring stuff across, and then grow and build on the platform as well. So it is doable. We've got our support team there to help you do that. Any other last questions before we head off? Like I say, it's going to be recorded, and we'll be doing our next one next week, 1 o'clock, same time every Wednesday, 1 o'clock. All good. Just let us know if you enjoyed that. Was that worthwhile? Was it valuable? Did you see some value? Just a load of thumbs down coming in. Fantastic. No, only joking.
I got to see the way you're seeing that,
Yeah.
man. Got a different chat.
Brilliant. Steve, Quasim, thank you. Excellent. Really useful. Loved it. Thank you. Brilliant. Good stuff. Okay. We will be continuing to do them. This is exactly what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Give you guys some actual true value week in, week out. Yeah. So hopefully we will see you all here same time next week. It'll be myself, Vish, Roger, a combination of us all. But we'll see. What we'll try to do is probably add some continuity and build upon what Vish has shown you today. So it might be maybe something around building lead magnets, building PDFs potentially, or like maybe plugging in the automations off the back of what he's done even. So thank you, everybody. Vish, anything to add your side?
All good, man. Thanks for joining us today, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Brilliant. Thank you. Oh, I think if you could zoom in while show. If you okay, yep. Fair play, Quasi.
I've got bottle bottoms on the eyes. So yeah, definitely next time I'll make it much bigger.
Bigger screen. Perfect. Right, we're going to shut things down now, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you later, guys.